A stench begins to linger in the air. Ordinary people who used to frequent the market square lock their doors, uncertain of when they'll unshackle the chains holding it shut. God-fearing churchgoers pray on their knees at their bedside, asking for safety and forgiveness for missing the third Sunday service in a row. As angst and worry rushes through the veins of children, any sign of shivering or chill may have been enough for the parents to send for the doctor, or, in some cases, lock their bedroom door tightly for the last time. The blue blood of Eleanor, the Queen of Aragon, began to appear black on the skin, a result of the black lymph nodes that would appear when death is almost certain. Weakness would win the war on nearly every soul who became sick. No human, rich or poor, honest or riddled with sin, saint or secular, felt safe. It's believed by most modern and ancient historians that this grotesque and terrible plague had first originated out of China. But how, or who, did it travel with? War. It's never paused. It's never stopped. Even in times of peace, we tend to find new enemies, or find ways to turn our enemies into weapons. The Black Death was an enemy, and the city of Caffa was now its target. A Mongol army had marched countless miles, constructed siege engines, filled their bellies, and tried to siege the walls for 3 years. The man who held the reins, Khan Yani Beg. Hemmed by an immense army, they could barely draw breath. Gabrielle de Mussi wrote about the people stuck inside Caffa, but perhaps the wind had shifted, or maybe their prayers had finally been answered. The plague had struck the Mongol army. Behold, the whole army was affected by a disease which overran them and killed thousands upon thousands every day. It was as though arrows were raining down from heaven to strike and crush their arrogance. They died as soon as the signs of disease appeared on their bodies. The Black Death was the Khan Yani Beg's enemy, and he intended to turn it into a weapon. Stunned and stupefied by the immensity of the disaster brought about by the disease, they ordered corpses to be placed in catapults and lobbed into the city in the hope that the intolerable stench would kill everyone inside. What seemed like mountains of dead were thrown into the city. From outside the walls, the screams as bodies thudded could be heard, perking up the Mongols as they drew their last breath. Inside the walls, as bodies flew, people did their best to escape, hunker down, and hope that it wouldn't affect them. Some boats and souls did get the luxury of leaving this onslaught of deceased and infected bodies undetected by the dwindling and weakened army. But the places they were headed, Genoa, Venice, any place that would have them, were unknowingly opening their doors and inviting in the beginning of the end.